The lights of downtown reflecting off the Willamette River in this terrific look at the picturesque city of Portland. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. DA, take it away.
Blazers coach Terry Stotts had previous head coaching stints in Atlanta and Milwaukee, but it was as an assistant coach in Dallas, where he helped win the 2011 title, that he rejuvenated his career. Stotts wasn't sure he'd get another coaching opportunity, but after that, he said the stars aligned. Kevin, he's now in year 8 as head coach in Portland.
The players love him. Thank you, David. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at Portland. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place.
And for the Trailblazers, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
I don't think they played their best basketball, so that things do come together for them before the end of the regular season, look out.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White is out there with Oladipo, and it's Carter in at the 5. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3 spot.
Well, the Bulls for so long were known as a tough rebounding team. Not the case anymore.
Yeah, you think of the last time the Bulls were a playoff mainstay. Rebounding was key. Now it's a weakness of their team. Dead last in the league in creating second chance points. Earlier in his career, Otto may not have had the strength to finish that play.
And with Otto Porter, the skills are always apparent with his play. It's going to be just like when he's playing aggressively on the floor.
Yeah, it's something that his former coach, Scott Brooks, was always trying to promote to Porter. When he becomes more than just a catch-and-shoot threat, that's when his game is at his best. Well, the former Georgetown Hoya, Otto Porter, was on the move last season. Traded at the deadline to Chicago, who were in need of a player like Porter who can shoot from outside.
Now here's Lillard. And Oladipo pulls it down. Carter finds White. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Smitty, as you mentioned, the need for shooters was something that brought Porter here.
And Porter has been a consistently good shooter, something he's worked on over his career, Kevin. He's young and appears to be a perfect fit for what this team wants to do in the future.
And here are the Trailblazers now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Offensive rebound. And it's sent back by Carter.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Here's Oladipo, tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Right wing, fires from deep. Hits it from 3-point range. White's got 5 now.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now here's McCollum. 23 points for him the last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
And you know he was going to try to respond. Those threes canceling each other out perfectly. A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Lillard bounce pass. It's McCollum on the wing. And another 3 for Portland.
The little things that make a difference. Whiteside staying alert, open man, makes the right basketball play.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And that one's good by Porter. Steve, we still have players settling into the new season. When you were playing, did you typically start fast, or did it take a while for you to kind of find your rhythm?
Kevin, I think you're like this. I played 14 years. Those first 8, I got off to great starts. Those last 6, oh, Lord, it looks like it was like my feet was in the sand. But usually you get going. The best time to really get going is at the end.
Outside, Markkanen. He dishes it to Porter. Trying to get open is Carter. And there's Porter on the assist by Markkanen. Porter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Right side, no good.
And at a certain point, you just have to look to someone else to score for you.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Drills the three-pointer. White's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Chicago.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
Lillard from outside. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. They lead by 4.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And even as a rookie, you could see the consistency game to game from Wendell Carter. Very dependable on the glass and on the scoreboard for a player so young.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Nurkic.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under him.
Here's Trent. Satoransky covering. Trent can't hit. And with Carter, he's only going to get better over the years.
The upside is easy to see. He always finds ways to contribute to this team. Not sure if he'll be a star, but he'll be a rock on the offense and defensive end for a long time. It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Hutchison's shot is off.
I'm not sure if anyone on the team has the green light from there. Definitely not him.
It's the kind of shot that gives hero ball a bad name and causes your coach to consider another line of work.
Gafford misses.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Trent can't hit. For Chicago, they've gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. The shot by Satoransky, no good.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Satoransky gets the bucket.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Lillard. He's coming off a 31-point game against Oklahoma City.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Gafford passes to Young. Over Little. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
And so it's Chicago, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. Back to the action after this word. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people are going to look to you first. They're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things. Being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
So for Chicago right now, Valentine out there with Thomas Satoransky. Then it's Young, and it's Hutchinson in at the 3, the small forward. Lillard, right side. The rebound by Young. For Chicago, they won their last contest, that game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Three-pointer, Lillard. Chicago grabs the miss.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
And he makes that one. And now a 10-point Chicago lead.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
He's trying to help his team shut the door. They don't want to allow any comebacks.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Trailblazers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That free throw missing. Steve, we've seen a few guys score close to 70 points in a game recently. Devin Booker of Phoenix certainly has gotten to that mark. Who might be the next guy to get to 70?
I think James Harden, because the way he shoots the three ball and gets to the free throw line, he's one. Steph Curry for sure. Kevin Durant. And I think Giannis in a few years, if he can start knocking down those threes, because I'm sure he can get about 40 points in the paint, 10 at the line, but he needs to knock down a few threes.
And it's Ariza in the corner. Three-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Ariza's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Takes the 13-footer, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And another 3 for Portland.
His second make from beyond the arc this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Markkanen passes to Valentine. Takes the 13-footer. Markkanen, good. Markkanen's got his second basket of the game.
You have to be impressed with the way this kid shoots the ball. Markkanen built for that mid-range game.
Up the floor, the pull-up, and the jumper is good. Valentine's got the lead up to 11 now for Chicago.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Good, deciding where to go with it. Here's McCollum. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Here's Valentine. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Boy, it was a tough year for Denzel Valentine, who missed last season with an injury. Needed to work on getting his ankle right, but glad to see him on the floor again.
Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. That's good from Valentine. And for Denzel Valentine, this team missed his versatility.
Valentine gives you a little bit of everything on the wing. May not score a ton, but he's a great playmaker and rebounder. A little bit like Draymond Green on the wing.
Now here's Hood. 9 points last game. 5 to shoot. Here's Ariza. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Markkanen. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for the Bulls. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Monday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And that game against the Warriors, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge. The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Portland no good that time either. The Bulls leading by 16. Here's White. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. White's got 14.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
Aggressive is one thing. Careless is another. You want to stay balanced and poised.
Chris Dunn's checked in for White. 1:51 left to play here in the half. Anthony up on top. Shot clock at 5. And Dunn over to help. Oladipo with the block.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Portland, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. And the first one goes. And Portland making a change here. Both free throws good from Anthony.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
It's Oladipo on the wing. No good from outside. And Whiteside's got the ball here for Portland. It's a 16-point game. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
Took him a while to get going, but here in the second quarter, he's found his rhythm.
A nice shot by Carter.
The versatility of Wendell. He can shoot off 1 to 2 dribbles as well as off the catch.
Cullen passes a little. Here's Trent. He's guarded by Markkanen. Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got 10 points in the game.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Oladipo. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. And the Bulls lead by 15.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
Trent passes to Little. They get a hand on it. Pass to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. Kept alive. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got his second basket.
The activity of Whiteside, if he plays with consistent energy, the sky's the limit.
Back to Oladipo. Launches it. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another, really the story of the game.
I was surprised they put up so little fight. That was not the team I expected to see that night.
And so we conclude the first half. Bulls lead by 13. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
The
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Chicago came ready to play. They strung together several impressive trips down the floor to open things up with an 8-0 run. After one, they held an 8-point advantage. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say, keep doing what you do.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any ball.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball, trailing by 13. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt there. Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Whiteside, and it's Ariza in at the small forward.
The interior, this is where you want to get Whiteside the basketball.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
Back to Lillard. Shoots the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Carter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Porter. Knocks it loose. Lays it up off the glass. Porter's got 9 points.
This is where I like to see Porter spend more of his time looking for his shot in the painted area.
3-pointer, Lillard. He can't hit that time. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
Shaky start to the half, going 1 for 4, still trying to find that groove.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Jusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Anthony. Chicago also making some changes. Young comes in for Markkanen, and Satoransky subbed in for Oladipo. Whiteside kicks to Ariza. That's a 2 from Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
Chicago making a switch here. Hutchison's checked in. The Bulls leading by 20. White left side. It's good for the 7th time this game. He shot 7. He has made 7.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Hood's checked in. And they get it. Ariza trying to break loose. Portland no good that time either.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Good on the wing, defended by Young. McCollum, no good.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge lead with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Young against Nurkic. Great D that time from Nurkic. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you. And he knocks down the first one.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
And both free throws good for White. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The wide open shot by Little. No good on the triple. Chicago's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And the basket by Hutchison.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Out left to the wing. Here's Little. And it's White with the rebound.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Trent. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Valentine's checked in for Chicago. The Bulls shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. Well, we've seen it before. We're certainly seeing it right now, Smitty. The super team phenomena. Is there anything the league can or should do about that?
What I think they can do is being able to allow players to sign a longer-term deal. If a guy is, I would say, under contract for 6, 7, 8 years, then you won't see as much movement. But if you have these guys who are making so much money off the court from their endorsements, they're going to keep signing shorter deals so they'll have the leverage to be able to move.
The Bulls shooting so well, the offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. Back to Satoransky. Nailed from three-point land. Satoransky's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Got a piece of it. Lillard outside. The long distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's his 2nd three-pointer of the night. 1 in each half. Trying to keep the defense honest.
Nurkic with the block. Outside, White. The second chance effort. Here's Gafford. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And he gets the bucket. Little's got his first 2 points of the night.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Passes it to Valentine. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Satoransky's got 3 assists tonight. White against Lillard. Trent can't hit. Pass to Satoransky. Count that bucket. Satoransky's got 9. And so it's Chicago, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. They've got Harrison. He's out there with Dunn. And it's Cornette in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Gafford. The shot's good.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. The tray. Drills it from outside. Simons has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Adams against Dunn. The pass to Harrison. Tries a 3. The putback. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points. This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. Adams against Dunn. Adams, the pass to Hazanya.
Game ain't over yet. You gotta keep your head in the game.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter.
Hold it up.
Here's Adams. The shot, no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Back to Dunn. Shoots over Adams, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Well, a lot of progress being made from a technical standpoint. You can't escape it, Steve. Shoes now that can tighten themselves without laces, changing colors. Have you gotten yourself a pair yet?
Yeah, Kevin, I haven't, but I bought a lot of pair for my kids. I do like these type of shoes where there are no shoelaces. I'm a little lazy right now, Kevin, but I love the technology that's going into shoes right now.
Fast break. Here comes Chicago, pushing it up. And Dunn with the slam.
Challenging at the rim, that's where Dunn's most dangerous because he can use those hops.
To the paint. And finished off by Collins.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Wasted no time on that one.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Trailblazers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Adams in the corner, takes the 3. Harrison with the rebound.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
To the wing on the left. Here's Simons. Off target from three-point range. The Bulls have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Here's Harrison. And the layup's good off the glass.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Adams in the corner. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Here's Harrison. Pass to Cornette. Done with it. He's guarded by Collins. Bulls moving the ball around. And that one's good. Harrison.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. From deep three-point range, a new 14 for the Bulls. And Cornette gets it to go.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Chicago.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
A 2-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep.
Here's Harrison. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Simons, the pass to Hazanya. Adams, wide open. Portland, no good that time either.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Little with the ball. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Now, Valentine. Here's Cornette. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. See you later.